3 rounds of discussion with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first from a Zoom call in Columbia, South Carolina, Matthew, aka the Unbreakable Spirit. And his opponent from a Zoom call in Atlanta, Georgia, Daniel, aka the Executioner. Take it away, Matthew.
Thank you, Justin, for that wonderful introduction. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode number
113
of Odds with the Unbreakable Spirit.
and the Executioner Daniel Travis.
Alright, so this time we're not doing 3 topics. We're just going to talk about the year of 2023 in wrestling as we get ready for the new year and the inevitable bid war that will start this coming Monday.
Yes. My honor. Alright. Let's start with the beginning. The year started off pretty crazy at the Royal Rumble in WWE with the past couple months. The year before, spent the past couple months with the whole Bloodline thing. Sami Zayn, would he not become a member of the Bloodline to finally becoming a member to portraying Roman at the Rumble?
Yeah.
Which I will admit is a weird choice. It's like you spent all these months trying. When you look back at it, it's like you're telling me you put all this time and effort to be a part of this so-called family, and at the first chance you get, you stab them in the back.
Yeah. And also, like, to be fair, Roman was kind of being a bully to Sami at that point.
Yeah, but still, it's
in his face.
Yeah, still, it's like you put in all that effort. Yeah, then Sami Zayn got his original theme back, which was great. Had a really good match at the Rumble. Cody won the Rumble. Rhea won her Rumble, which I will say, Cody winning the Rumble by announcing his return kind of, in my opinion, kind of damaged his return.
Yeah. I will say I found this on my YouTube of all pages, but it's the New York Post wrestling awards, and I was thinking it might be fun if I read them and get your reactions to them.
Sure, go ahead.
For the Men's Wrestler of the Year, they gave it to MJF.
Okay.
For the Women's Wrestler of the Year, Becky Lynch.
I guess.
Male Breakout Wrestler of the Year is LA Knight.
I mean, sure.
The women's equivalent of the prior is Julia Hart.
Okay.
The return/debut of the year is CM Punk, specifically to WWE, they clarified.
Okay.
The OMG, you actually just talked about it, Sami's turn on the Bloodline.
Yeah. Yeah.
Last year is Omega versus Ospreay in New Japan.
Great. Okay.
Storyline, obviously, Bloodline.
Yeah.
Faction is Judgment Day. Tag Team FTR.
Okay.
Cody and Samuel Raw. Pay-per-view store manager Paul Heyman. The biggest story here, which we're definitely going to have to cover, is WWE sold to Endeavor.
Yeah. Okay. That's great. But anyway, as I was reviewing the year, Sami Zayn had a good match at Elimination Chamber in Quebec. Lost, unsurprisingly. Cody won the Rumble. Now, I will admit, WrestleMania this year had some really, there were three matches, honestly, of that entire WrestleMania that I thought were matches of the year. Charlotte versus Rhea 2. The main event of night 1. Usos versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, and I'm gonna say it, Roman v. Cody.
Valid.
I mean, let's talk about this real quick because there were a lot, and I mean an absolute ton of returns this year. You had The Rock return for a random episode of SmackDown. You had who else? Kairi Sane return. You had John Cena return. Am I missing anybody?
Probably, but this year wrestling has been insane.
Agreed. But dude, let's talk about like the whole year. Oh God. Let's talk about this whole year with CM Punk. Cause think about this. He started the year in AEW. Had some matches in AEW. Then had a situation at all out in London. Got fired. We all thought, well, that's it. We're never gonna see CM Punk in professional wrestling ever again. Survivor Series was in Chicago. Going off the air. Then honestly, if we did awards, I would give the return of the year to CM Punk because I don't think anybody's that coming. Like hell, only 2 people. Triple H, Nick Khan. Maybe I think the wrestlers knew. I'm not really
I
sure.
don't think the wrestlers knew. Just based on Seth Rollins' reaction.
Yeah. I will say one of the shocking turns of the year was what was it? Oh yes, was this year was crazy for the Bloodline. Like first you had okay. Can we talk about this Bloodline Civil War thing because this is kind of confusing? Because could someone explain to me how Jimmy Uso, the one who started this Bloodline Civil War at Night of Champions, a couple months later at Survivor Series in the middle of a tribal combat match, showed up and betrayed his brother?
Yeah, that's WWE logic at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. As in, it makes no sense.
Yeah. What would you say for you, Matthew, were some of the moments of 2023?
Well, some of the moments for me, like, obviously, this might come as a shock, just especially with how much I've trashed this person on the podcast. The like biggest moment of the year, the moment that had the biggest pop to me, it may have been because of the crowd. CM Punk's return is like the moment of the year.
Yeah.
And
But
it
I
may
will.
have just been because of the Chicago crowd. Like, if I were to
Yeah.
go to a WrestleMania, I would want it to be in Chicago.
Again.
Yeah. Because the crowd there is always good. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, that's true. I will say for uh, let's see. Oh yeah. But I also will say Dominic Mysterio had a hell of a year.
Yeah, if anyone deserved a most improved for 2023, it's Dominic Mysterio.
I mean, hell, the guy in a span of 1 year won his first 2 singles championships. And I know what he did on the next.
Those titles.
Well, same title twice.
Oh, right.
But I will say, hey, let's see what else we got. Oh yeah, a random Rock. The Rock returning is interesting and was a bit surprising. Kind that but I will say that I will say probably one of the best matches I've seen this year. Like, don't get me wrong, there was a lot of good matches.
Yeah. And for all the good talks, I feel like we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about the bad in some way.
Like what?
Well, for example, like, yeah, we should cover our podcast. We don't just cover what happens in the ring, we also cover what happens outside the ring. And I think you would agree with me that a certain passing is the heartbreak of 2023.
Oh yeah, for sure. The passing of Bray Wyatt.
Yes. I feel like, and like, if you've listened to our bonus, you know that our hearts and prayers are probably still with the Rotunda family. I don't know how to say his last name, but
Yeah,
we can't dwell on it. I just wish we were able to see his match at WrestleMania.
yeah. And I will say, hey, don't get me wrong, the Usos versus yeah, and also all the releases. Like for me,
Like,
for,
I would describe this era as the future endeavored era.
yeah, because I will admit, like the talent that come to my mind that I'm honestly surprised got released is the show off.
Yeah, definitely.
Like sure, Mustafa Ali or
Well, Mustafa's was actually, in my opinion, a bad choice. Not because he's a good wrestler, but he was in line for a North American title shot.
yeah.
And they decided, oh, sorry, you haven't proved enough. Get out of our company. It's like, but I have a title shot at your next Thanksgiving. Yeah, don't worry, we'll give it to Wesley.
Yeah, okay. Now I want to say, don't get me wrong. I'm glad that Wesley's a rising star, but it is kind of random.
Yeah. One thing that I'm actually surprised about that didn't happen this year
What that?
was was Braun Breaker not getting called up to the main roster.
Yeah, but I will say, I do kind of enjoy that, but I'm also I am kind of glad because it gives him a better chance to flesh out his heel side.
Yeah.
And because I know in WWE he tried to end the career of Von Wagner, but for some reason this bothers me. And I know this is WWE logic, but can you explain to me how it's like, oh, one person tries to win another person's career, and the match that they get for trying to end someone's career is a normal match?
Or how about this? Von Wagner got called up to the main roster as a free agent, and yet he decides to stay in NXT.
Yeah. And by the way, I will say a surprise for me of this year was Nick Aldis be the GM of SmackDown.
That's your surprise of the year?
No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm joking. My surprise of the year is CM Punk.
Yeah, that was shocking of the year, but the WTF moment for me is Sammy turning on the Bloodline.
Yeah. And I will say, Roman, damn. I know a lot of people shit on Roman, but it's like, dude. Oh, yeah. What about all the good Gunther matches we got this year?
Oh my god, yeah. And I just want to say, actually, congratulations to Gunther on him and his wife bringing their first child into the world.
Yeah. I know, I heard. Anyway, but he had a hell of a match with let's see. Oh yeah, what did he do? He had a hell of a triple threat match at WrestleMania. He had a hell of a match with what's his name? Oh yeah, with McIntyre at SummerSlam. Oh yeah, had two really good matches with Chad.
To quote Sheamus, banger after banger.
Yeah, and also this past Monday had a really, really good match with The Miz.
Again,
Yeah.
banger after banger.
Yeah, hell. Yeah, Braun Breaker. I will say, a heel turn that I thought was a bit surprising this year, but I'm honestly kind of glad because I thought that the whole, Santos Escobar's heel turn.
Yeah, that was out of nowhere, but also Santos started off his career in WWE as a heel.
But also, I'm honestly surprised that Santos Escobar didn't mention this in his heel turn promo. Is he was going to get a United States Championship opportunity, but Rey Mysterio robbed him of that and won the title.
Yeah, that would work based on WWE logic, but in actual logic, which is very different, we need to cover that at some point on the podcast. Santos Escobar got injured, so they needed a replacement opponent, and card is always subject to change. So they replaced Santos with Rey.
Oh yeah, hey, I will say what about the fact that Well, yeah. What about Logan Paul's incredible moments this year?
Yeah, like when Logan debuted last year, actually,
No, 2 years ago.
2 years ago, we were impressed. And
Yeah,
for 2 years to 2023, we're still impressed.
yeah. His first match. His first match was no, it was last. Was no. It was the one in Dallas was his first match.
Yeah, oh wait, that was last year.
Yeah. Yeah, but think about this. He had that crazy springboard, double mid-air clothesline.
Yeah, and also he did sort of like he did I believe Hangman calls it a buckshot lariat from the ring to the floor onto Ricochet in the match at SummerSlam.
Yeah, but I also will say I am kind of glad MJF is I mean not MJF. Sorry, Logan Paul's the heel.
Yeah,
That's
he's just like the perfect mix of arrogance and chicken shit to be a good heel.
yeah. I will say regarding AEW, the thing that made it was good storytelling, but looking back on it makes no sense. MJF being a babyface.
Yeah. And keep in mind, we are recording this on Thursday, December 28th, which means we are 4 days away from the Big Four of 2024 starting.
Not to mention, we're also very close to when MJF puts his title on the line at World's End against Samoa Joe.
That's literally in 2 days as of this recording.
Yeah. And I also will say, think about this. Since the Usos, bro, you want to hear a crazy fact? Is that the Usos, literally ever since the Usos started doing 1D, nobody kicked out until WrestleMania of that year.
This year, you are correct.
That's crazy. You know what's a random crazier fact is, did you know that no one has kicked out of the 3D? Like, it took 20 years for someone to kick out of that shit?
So are you saying that the 1D is a less powerful version of the 3D?
No, both of them are pretty powerful. I'm not gonna lie.
Because they move, but it took like a few months or so for someone to kick out the 1D, but it took 20 years for someone to kick out the 3D.
Because but yeah, I will say the kick out, like the match of the year, say, don't get me wrong, there were some tons of bangers. But for me, the reason why I'm saying the Roman v. Cody was a good match is don't get me wrong, the build up to that match was solid.
Yeah.
But the night, don't get me wrong, there was a lot of points in that world title, in that unification. And by the way, I love the entrance that they had for Roman Reigns. I love that shit this year.
Yeah, with the piano.
Yeah. I talk about a final boss level entrance.
Yeah, now that you mention it, it kind of did sound like an 8-bit Roman theme.
Yeah. But Cody Rhodes and there was a lot of points, but that match could have gone either way. But for me, the absolute craziest kick out of that entire match is when Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens got involved. Kevin Owens hit the stunner. Sami Zayn hit the Aruba kick, and Roman Reigns still kicked out.
Yeah, it's like Stunner, Roman stumbled into the corner, Haluva kick, 1, 2, 2.999 all the way to infinity, kick out.
Yeah, I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Um, like, and also, like, I know Roman Reigns didn't have that many matches, but I quite frankly don't really give a shit anymore.
Yeah, like Roman is definitely the modern day special attraction for WWE.
I mean, hell, okay, you want to talk about a big moment for Roman Reigns? What about that for the first time in 3 years, he got pinned?
Yeah, by Jay of all people.
But you know what's the crazy thing is that,
Fun fact, Jay was the very first person to pin Roman on the main roster, and the first person to pin Roman as the tribal chief.
but Matthew, you know what's a crazier fact? Is that Roman Reigns hasn't been pinned in a singles match in 4 years.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong, like what else? Yeah, like there was a lot of returns, a lot of moments that was just like, oh yeah, we got the introduction of the world title this year.
Yeah?
That was won by Seth Rollins. That I will admit the way they did.
Held by Rhea Ripley.
What?
And the women's world title, currently held by Rhea Ripley. Can we mention that since the title's introduction, only one title has changed hands recently?
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, because okay, don't get. By the way, the one thing that I will say about this year that I have absolutely enjoyed is Shinsuke Nakamura's heel promos these
Please
days.
bring back Shadow of the Setting Sun. Please.
Yeah.
But one thing, and I know this isn't really about 2023, but looking forward to the future, new
Yeah.
tag title designs for the main roster.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because I will say one of the other good tag team matches of the year was that Pittsburgh Street Fight.
Yeah, but like seriously, the Universal
Yeah.
and the women's SmackDown title got new designs, and the World Heavyweight and Women's World are new, but the tag team titles are still just two single belts.
Yeah, I agree. Is that like don't get me wrong, like, the only thing, like don't get me wrong, like the only thing I want for those titles, honestly, is just side plates, but you can keep everything else the same. That's all it is. I don't really care about the straps.
I would just have like a black strap with new plates in general.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I will admit there were some dumb decisions in 2023. And I think you know what I'm talking about. Are you there? Anyways, I'm just gonna say the unification of the WWE Women's and the NXT Women's Tag Team titles. That was really dumb, in my opinion. At least I think that happened this year.
Oh, sorry, the audio switched to my headphones. I said,
I've heard you on my computer. Anyways, did you hear what I said?
nope.
Um, I think there have also been some pretty dumb decisions this year, and the one I cited as an example of that is the NXT Women's Tag and the Women's Tag being unified.
Yes. And I will say a random surprising thing that happened was Adam Copeland, formerly known as Edge, showing up in AEW.
Oh, for sure.
That I thought was a bit red, but yeah, the dumbest decision of the year. I gotta agree with that. Like I admit something. I think WWE could could improve in the upcoming year is maybe go back to custom stages.
Yeah. Like different looking stages for just regular shows.
Yeah.
Like
Uh,
guys, I'm pretty sure they have the same stage right now.
mm,
They could do with bring back the SmackDown from pre-pandemic.
yeah. But I also want to say this. Maybe you okay, because this is something that has kind of bothered me about WWE is that why do you call the WWE Women's Championship the WWE Women's Championship when there's undisputed on the fucking belt?
That goes back to the WWE logic thing. Also, WWE Undisputed Women's World Title WWE Undisputed Women's Title is or Championship is very long, but it's not as long as WWE Undisputed Universal Champion.
Yeah. Because I will say a crazy thing to me that happened this year that is, I don't know if anybody really wants to talk about this, that that Roman Reigns has been champion for over 1,000 days.
Yeah.
I mean, eh, and also, and then this is kind of random, but can we talk about randomly for a quick fact that both AJ Styles and Randy Orton came back looking jack as fuck?
Yeah, I saw pictures of Randy in the gym and he was swole. Then when I saw him on TV, I was like, God. And then AJ returns shirtless in regular pants, and he got bulked up too.
Yeah. Because I will say another superstar that I felt, has revived himself this year, and I'm very intrigued to see what he does, is Baron Corbin.
Yeah, he's back to having. He doesn't have that aura that he used to in NXT, but he is still a character I actually enjoy his stories again.
Yeah, but I think also, can we talk about the fact that for like 9 years, no one kicked out of his finisher?
Until he met Drew McIntyre.
Until, yeah.
Wait, wasn't that still back in 2022?
Yeah, but still, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I will say, something for me this year that I really was not expecting is, oh, I don't know, Vince McMahon to no longer be in charge of creative.
That is a blessing, my dude.
Yeah.
And the best part is he can't even stonewall his way into changing things on the shows because he doesn't hold a majority share in WWE.
Yeah. I will say, like, I was kind of just like oh, he's gonna get his way. Like, we all thought that Vince McMahon was going to follow his way into, be the head creative, but he's like, nah, you know what, Hunter, you're good.
I wasn't it also like earlier this year that Vince had to retire in quotation marks?
Yep.
Yeah, I remember sending out like an audio tweet of that and talking about it, only for him to say, "Psych."
Uh, it's something that I would like from WWE is, I don't know, do more with the women's tag team titles, please.
Yeah, like they're officially a tri-brand title again. So have Kaylee kind of defend them in NXT.
Yeah, or hell, yeah, or have a tri-brand mid-card title.
I don't think we need a tri-brand mid-card title.
Okay, maybe make two mid-card titles, or three. Yeah,
Just give more titles for the women.
yeah.
Like
Uh,
women, technically, technically the only women that can go after all three singles women's championship are Katana Chance and Kaden Carter.
yeah. What was I gonna randomly say? I will say something that did happen for me this year that in the world of professional wrestling that I thought was in a surprising move is I don't know
How about how late they started introducing the Hall of Fame class of 2023?
yeah.
Like, they did that really late this year.
Yeah.
Started better next year. Otherwise, we're going to have to talk about it again on the podcast.
Mm-hmm. But also, the one thing that I mean, I will say, before I don't know if you want to wrap this up.
Yeah, we can wrap it up soon. We're kind of running out of things to talk about, I feel like.
Yeah. But I will say something about this year that was, for me, a surprise was, oh yeah, The Rock returning.
Didn't you already mention that?
Oh yeah, actually, Okay, what about the fact that we almost got Roman v. The Rock this year at Mania instead of Roman v. Cody?
Yeah, that's true.
And I feel like something else that was a bit random is Ronda Rousey just leaving WWE.
Yeah, which caused Shayna Baszler to turn babyface.
Yeah,
And
and I have
my opinion, she does not work as a babyface.
no, she does not. I honestly I hate to say this, and look, she needs to go back to being a heel immediately.
Yeah. I just saw two returns that we didn't even think to talk about that happened earlier this year.
What?
Trish Stratus and Lita.
Oh yeah, I forgot about. Oh yeah, cause
You say you forgot about them?
no, I'm just saying I forgot that earlier this year, Becky Lynch was tag team champions with her.
With both Lita and Trish, technically.
Really? I thought no, she was
Yeah, started with Lita, then Lita got injured, and Trish replaced Lita as Becky's tag partner, only to turn heel.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I will say, regarding 2024, regarding what I am intrigued is, I'm wondering, okay, before we wrap this up, there is something that I know we didn't talk about this, but I feel we need to talk about it. That is people announcing themselves for the fucking Rumble.
That can be for next week, dude.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Last thoughts? You want to do your last thoughts? Or
Yeah.
you want to
2023 was pretty good. I'm not sure how 2024 is going to top it.
Yeah, my absolute final thoughts is that 2023 I thought was very crazy. There was a lot of twisted turns, and I am intrigued to see what WWE is going to do, especially with them having a lot of international pay-per-views next year.
Yeah, anyways, people, thank you for joining us and listening to us throughout 2023. We'll see you in 2024.
Roll that.
Outro. Thank you for listening to At Odds, hosted by the Unbreakable Spirit
And the Executioner.
Edited by the Unbreakable Spirit. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at MTS_life_0126.
You can follow me on Instagram at DanTravis21, and you can also follow me on the Twitter at DanTheExecutioner21.
And you can follow the podcast at Odds Podcast. We'll be back next week with more debates and discussion. But until then, the Executioner and the Unbreakable Spirit will still be at odds.
Thank you, losers.